Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of the PokerGO podcast. My name is Donnie Peters. His name is Tim Duckworth. And as you guys can tell, it is the end of it all. We are out here in the middle of the floor in the Horseshoe Event Center. We still haven't found a better name for it. Shout out to that Twitter user who I just haven't been feeling it with the nicknames for this room.
Not yet. Nothing stands out. Yeah.
We have a champion.
Yes.
It is Michael, the grinder, Mizrachi. Grinder. In an absolutely unbelievable final table, an unbelievable run to the winner's circle. The stuff that I feel like the script writers were out for this one. Writing the script of this WSOP main event, especially the last few days, and extra especially the final table, with the way that this played out over the last few days with the grinder. Ever since he got down to 3 big blinds, the run to the winner's circle, to the $10 million, to his 8th WSOP gold bracelet, just the stuff of legends. You guys wouldn't believe it if you didn't watch it. Hopefully you did watch it, because it was absolutely, positively one for the ages. One I don't think we're ever going to forget it. No, honestly, we're always going to look back on the 2025 WSOP main event and be like, you remember that time when, and then there's 18 different moments that we can list. You remember that time when this happened. You remember that time when this happened. Just so many crazy things. You and I feel extremely grateful, extremely blessed to be able to be here. We did this podcast every single day. Shout out to you, buddy. Don't leave me hanging. High fives. Let's go. Just an absolutely incredible summer. We're, of course, going to break down the entire final day of the final table. If you missed the first part, go back to the last episode, whether you're listening or watching on YouTube, and check that out, because that took us from 9 players down to 4. Here, we're going from 4 down to the winner. And quite honestly, this podcast might last longer than the final day did.
It will 100% last longer than the final day.
I mean, Grinder joked.
What's it going to take to close this thing out tomorrow?
An hour.
I think total time was around 56 minutes, but actual play time, if you cut out the break desk stuff, the pregame stuff, was around 40, 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I mean, just, again, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. We're going to tell you, but you might not believe it. So just holy hell. Absolutely holy hell. Of course, before we jump in, quick reminder, if you're listening out there, give us a rating, 5 stars only, please, for the love of God. Share the podcast, subscribe to it, do all that good stuff. Also, leave a review, send it on into podcast@pokergo.com. We love to read the reviews. We can't go through every single podcast catcher out there, but if you just take a screenshot of it, send it on into that email, we will read it. We will very likely reply to you, and we may even read it on air in an upcoming episode. And then if you're watching on the PokerGO YouTube channel, love you guys, mean it, thumbs up on the video. That means like the video, subscribe to the PokerGO YouTube channel, and leave a comment below. I went through some of them from the last episode when we asked people to rank all the people that they thought, or the players that they thought would win. Went through a lot of that stuff. Tim and I are often in there responding to the comments. We love to hear them, good or bad. Even if you want to talk shit, come and talk shit. We'll talk shit right back. Okay, just know that if you do talk shit in the comments, we're going to talk shit right back. Okay, so just absolutely great stuff from all the new audience members that we have found, because this is the first time all summer long that we have done this on video. So it is a pleasure to meet all of you guys, and hopefully we'll keep this going in a video format for many, many, many months to come. If you love online poker, but you don't want to spend a dime playing it, then check out Play Poker Go. It's free to play. It is super easy to jump into. And yeah, it does actually feel like real, authentic poker. We got real players. We got real hands. We got real fun. I checked today, Tim. My avatar is there.
I'm checking
my
right
avatar,
now.
My custom avatar is there in the game. So if you see PokerGO Donnie, you see the custom avatar that looks like this stupid face, that is me, and I am playing against you. Ring games, tournaments, sit and goes. It is all available on playpokergo.com. Again, that's playpokergo.com. You can also grab the the app. Download it to your iOS or your Android device. So fire it up today, take a seat, and we will see you at the tables. I would highly encourage all the new Play PokerGo users out there to hop in the 1 million gold free rolls that happen every hour on the half hour. So 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, etc. Hop in there. Tim doesn't look like he has his custom avatar yet. Well, I'm first up.
I get it.
And then we'll go from there.
It's just not fair.
And then lastly, this podcast is also brought to you by our good friends at True Classic, the home of high quality, affordable clothes for men. I know the website is trueclassictees.com, but trust me when I tell you, if you head there, you will see that they have much, much more than just t-shirts. They have tops, they have bottoms, they have activewear. I believe they have hats too. They really do have it all. It is incredibly comfortable. It is very affordable. I encourage you guys to go check it out. And this year, PokerGo has partnered with True Classic for a special end-of-year event that is likely going to take place in December, although date TBD. So, we'll tell you about it on this podcast, all the PokerGo social channels, all that sort of stuff. But it is coming up at the end of the year, and you could win a $5,000 package to come play. And if you think you might not have a chance, who the heck knows how many people are going to enter, and they're giving out one $5,000 package. Well, guess what? We're giving away 15 $5,000 packages, and that package includes a $3,300 buy-in to the tournament plus travel and airfare support. So if you want to win, go to trueclassictees.com/TC PokerGo, and what you need to do when you go there is you fill out the form. Part of the form is you need to submit your poker story. So tell us why you got into the game, tell us why you're drawn to poker, what inspires you, what you want to achieve. We're not talking like bad beat story, we're talking like those feel-good stories. Ryan from True Classic, Ryan Bartlett, he wants to give back to the poker community. That is his big thing. He's a former poker player himself. He does still dabble here and there. I believe he was out here playing the 10K Super Turbo event during the summer. But he wants to give out these packages to aspiring poker players to help them chase their dream. So if you got a really cool story out there on like why you got into the game or what it means to you, let us know. trueclassictees.com/TC PokerGo, because that story could see you coming out to Las Vegas and competing at the PokerGo studio in this signature end of year event. And it's all on behalf of our good friends at True Classic. All right. Now we got to get into it. Michael, the Grinder, Mizrachi, the effing grinder, does the farthest thing from grinding.
Yeah.
But gets it done. Absolutely wild stuff. So we come back today. He's got 76% of the chips in play. 444.5 million. There's 584.5 million in play. 76% of the chips in play. Kenny Hallert's pretty short to start. He got 8 big blinds. Braxton Dunaway isn't too far ahead of him. He's got 10 big blinds. And then John Wasnock had like 37 or 38, something like that. Well, we talked about yesterday how, at least I felt, if there was some close spots early, maybe Kenny passes on them. He takes the ICM approach. Well, he was dealt ace-queen off on the first hand.
You're not following that hand.
No. So he goes all in. Grinder with the tight squeeze from the big blind peels king-jack of diamonds. Boom, here we go,
Beautiful.
makes the call.
Yep.
First pitch of the deck. And we're just off with an all-in. Of course, it comes all spades. Nobody hits. No one's got a spade. Just the jack of clubs on the turn. Of course. As if Grinder was not going to hit this. I swear this guy hasn't lost an all-in 12 days.
Yeah.
I mean, he should take this $10 million and go spend the entire thing on Powerball. Because I'm like 95% certain he would win. Well, look up the Powerball jackpot right now. You're the money guy.
I may be the money guy, but I do not condone Powerball jackpot.
Yes. Okay, but you do condone pressing your luck when you're as hot as Grinder is. I know you do. Come on.
Estimated jackpot, 264
Yeah, exactly.
million.
He won 10 million. Let's 26x that right now.
No.
You know he would win. Could you imagine the story?
It would be the best story ever.
This has already been the best story ever. Okay.
He should spend $50K on tickets.
I mean, he should. He should spend $500K on tickets. Why not?
Just 50.
You know what? Actually, with the way he's running, he could spend $1 on it.
He could spend one ticket.
One ticket.
And
it's
the winning
just going to win. It's just going to win. Just simply incredible stuff. First hand, we lose Kenny Hallaert. He takes home $3 million. Kenny Hallaert has had an absolutely incredible run over the years in the WSOP Main Event. I know we all, I think Paul Volpe has the nickname Main Event. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm starting to think Kenny Hallaert needs the nickname Main Event. He's made the final table twice. He's had many other deep runs. I mean, the guy just basically, it's like every year or every other year. He's
he
like,
needs
you know
one
what?
more and he can have it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
okay.
I'm gonna be a little. Yeah, can't just give that away. It's a big nickname.
Of course, I'm sure if you're Kenny, you're a little bit bummed to go. You get it all in with the best hand, Ace Queen versus King Jack. But all things considered, you turn $10K into $3 million. Your second run of it here. Last time he was at the WSOP Main Event final table, he finished in 6th place. So here, doing a bit better for himself. And like I said, $3 million richer. And then we didn't have to wait long. The next hand.
Yeah.
Braxton Dunaway. So John Wasnock folds the button, and Michael Mizrachi jams from the small blind. And I think Braxton Dunaway had 10 big blinds to start the hand. So he's got 9 big blinds because he posted the big blind ante. And he calls all in with 10-6 suited. Grinder's got ace-10 of diamonds. This is the wildest call I've ever seen. Like, I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know what happened.
You know what? I spoke to Braxton at the start of play, and he was like, this is going to be a tough spot for me and Kenny. And, we were talking a little bit about poker, and I was like, yeah, whoever gets to third, to the final 3 is going to feel so much relief and, like, basically be free rolling. And Braxton was like, yeah, you're right. That's just the goal. Get to 3, and then you make that $1 million pay jump, and then anything goes. My guess is he got to that. He's looking up at this giant Everest of a chip stack that Michael Mizrachi has and goes, you know what? If I have any chance of winning, I need to turn this 9 big blinds, to 20, to 40, to 80, and start chipping away at Mizrachi to have any chance. And he's, you know what? It might not be GTO optimal at all, but I think that's what it is. I think it's just a little bit of a gamble. Try and take 9 bigs off the chip leader and close that gap a little bit with John Wasnock. And hopefully it's his turn. He said to me this morning, I ran like shit yesterday. Hope today I run like the sun from the start. And that's what he's maybe trying to do there with the 10-6 of hearts.
I understand running like the sun and Error wanting to run like the sun. I think we all want to run like the sun.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to make good decisions. I'm sorry. I mean, this is just... When Nick Schulman, who's the classiest individual in the booth, tries to keep it as buttoned up as possible, doesn't really go in on players. When he says, I really don't like that, it's god-awfully bad. I personally think 10-9 suited would be hard to pull the trigger. Just because, again, you make so much money all the time by folding, and...
He did. He folded the first hand, right? He made $1 million with that
I understand he folded the first hand, but still, you can't find a better hand in the next 2 hands than 10-6 suited. And worst case scenario, maybe you end up in the big blind again. I mean, I think in this tournament, you can get down to 6 big blinds, 7 big blinds, and still be okay.
I was down to 6.5 bigs.
No, I know.
But if he gets to the button, he's going to have 7.5 big blinds. Obviously it's 3-handed, so you're heavily relying on the deck hitting you and getting something worth, something a little stronger than the 10-6 hearts.
Facing a $2 million pay jump between third and second, I think that I personally would have just tried to fold as much as I needed to with the hopes that Wasnock and Mizrachi just went ballistic, which I think could certainly happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, we know Mizrachi's just going to do whatever.
What did Wasnock start the day with? How many bigs?
I think 38.
38. So, yeah, still an upward climb to overtake him.
But what if you see something similar to what we saw on the first day of the final table, where Wasnock picks up a big hand, queens, Mizrachi picks up a big hand, ace, king, and they just get all the money in. Now, it maybe takes a little bit less than that. One guy gets ace, queen, the other guy's got 2 7s, and they just go nuts. I don't know. That could happen. And if that's the case, and the guy goes out, I'm sitting there collecting a $2 million pay jump. I mean, I would try and approach it like way back when. Shout out Jonathan Duhamel's banner over there. When John Racing was just sitting on the sidelines and Joseph Chong just decided to go nuts. I mean, you never know. And the
10-6 is not ideal, but I ain't folding the ace queen or the
No. I'm not saying fold the ace queen, of course. I'm not saying fold.
Just don't
fold good hands, but this just seemed like he just he locked up that $1 million pay jump and said, "Fuck it, I'm going for it."
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, maybe part of me wants to respect, but the poker player in me says, "What in the holy hell just happened?" That said, Braxton Dunaway, $4 million richer, so he gambled it up. But I also thought that, like, I don't think Braxton Dunaway I don't think he's a theory guy. I think he's more of like a live player, a field player. That's just my read or understanding of him. So, he decided to gamble it up in that spot, and it ultimately didn't work. And maybe it cost him, maybe it didn't. Like, maybe he goes out in third anyway, right? But
yeah.
I mean, it's certainly being well talked about. And I don't think we got a bust out interview with him, because I would have liked to hear somebody ask him, hey, like, what was the thought process with calling all in with 10-6 suited there? I mean, it just seems, we know Grinder's Grinder, and he can, Grinder can jam 5-6 suited, but 10-6 suited is a reach. It's definitely a reach. So, but either way, very, very, very good run from Braxton Dunaway. He gets $4 million for his third place finish. Of course, Michael Mizrachi with that ace-10 did take him out. He ended up making a flush on the river, I think is how it finished. But when that money went in, it was funny because Mizrachi sees the hands and immediately starts celebrating like he won the hand.
Yeah.
Obviously, he sees the hands turned over and he has him, crushed, but he still is like, he's celebrating. The celebrations from Mizrachi from start to finish in this thing were just absolutely wild. So then we take a break. Of course, they bring up all the money. They do the whole thing. And we get to heads up play. And it's a pretty big gap overall. Wasnock's got around like 90 million, basically like what he started with, because he didn't play any hands. It was just boom, boom, and we're heads up. Mizrachi's got, he's pushing 500 million at this point. And the whole thing is just wild. So now we're thinking, what are you thinking at this point? This is going to be over in three hands?
To be honest, I'm praying it goes for several more hours. I want it to be an event. We don't really want this over in 3, 4, 5 hands. We want a show. We want to see these guys battle. Obviously, the result is whoever's anyone cheering for. But that's the only thing I just didn't want to see it end within like 10, 15 minutes. So when it started and a couple of us went to Grinder straight away, I was like, God, here we go. He's going to wear him down, take him out. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I don't know how long I wanted it to last. I wanted Wasnock to like make it a match. Like maybe get one double up, maybe pull even. Part of why I wanted that is I wanted to see how Grinder would possibly respond to some sort of adversity. Because everything up until this point has just been all Grinder. Like whatever needed to happen to fall in Grinder's favor, it happened, right? Like obviously that ace on the river on day one of the final table was enormous, but so many other things just happened to work out for him. His bluffs worked. He got paid off when he needed to. Like all this crazy stuff. So, then, he busts those two people. Things are going more in Grinder's way. So I just wanted to see him like start making it a match. Maybe he gets up to like 200 million. Yeah, Grinder's still got a healthy chip lead, but like then it's kind of like, is Grinder going to lose this? Is he going to lose this? Is he possibly feeling the pressure a little bit, or is it starting to build? And, how's Wasnock feeling? But I know Wasnock got up over 100 million, a little bit over 100 million, but he never really got close to like even like threatening.
A couple steps forward, couple back, couple steps forward, couple back. Couldn't really get that run on.
It really was just Grinder's tournament. I don't know what to say. It was interesting to see Wasnock start talking to Grinder a little bit. He was talking to him in some of the hands, which I thought was a little bit interesting, because I feel like
you haven't seen that at all.
Yeah, really, you haven't seen it. And also, if anyone's able to like read you, I feel like Grinder is one of the best at it in the world.
Yeah. You're probably not the guy you want to chat to.
You don't want to chat to Dan Negreanu. You probably don't want to chat to Phil Ivey. Probably Grinder is like up there in that crowd. You don't want to start like talking,
especially on this run he's been on where everything is going his way.
Like literally, he can do no wrong.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, don't give him any added help. Yeah.
So then the final hand comes up, and the final hand comes up, I think about 40 to 45 minutes of actual play time.
Yeah. And
this final hand was, it had everything in one hand. I'm going to try and explain it, but I want you guys to watch it first. So if you're on YouTube, we're going to play the clip right now because and then we're going to talk about it because, holy crap. Just watch the clip.
They should get together. Ace and the 9 plus the button getting together for a min raise. Mizrachi defends the suited combo and finds a flush draw, while Waz finds top 2, Nick.
And again, Waz checks back, and the flush does come in for the grinder.
12.5 in.
By the way, great assessment from the grinder to check it over once more. 10 mil from Waz. And he's doing it again, Ali.
And note last time he did it, he got caught bluffing.
And he's announcing raise, thumbs to the sky.
30 million.
And he makes it 30.
All in. Call.
Waz jams, grinder snaps.
Come on. Flush, flush. No club, no club, no club. Have a flush, have a flush. No club, only club, flush. No club, no club. No, it's over, it's over, it's over. Wait, it's already over, right? It's over, it's over. We won, let's go.
Wait a minute.
It's not over, grinder.
Mikey, wait a minute. He's got board pairs. Are we reading the board wrong? Hang on a minute.
It's over? Oh, ace or 9. Shit, I didn't know that. Shit. I didn't see 2 pairs.
Everybody relax.
This would be a catastrophic swing
Ace 9.
if the board were to pair the ace or the 9 here and give Wasnock the double.
Mikey, baby.
No ace or 9. No ace or 9. No ace or 9.
That's all it would take. And it's over.
Let's go!
A seemingly shell-shocked John Wasnock can do nothing but look on as he takes down 6 million. A merciless collision there. But in seemingly preordained fashion, Nick, a life's work validated, a final table eviscerated, and a summer conquered for Michael the Grinder Mizrachi.
So I'm not even sure I know where to begin with this hand. I mean, obviously you got to begin on the turn. So it goes check, check on the flop. The club comes in on the turn to give Grinder the flush. He checks. Wasnock finally bets his top 2 pair. Now, the first crazy part, Grinder starts pumping up the crowd before he raises. He's like going like this to the crowd to get them amped up, and then goes 30 million.
Does this one he's been doing this one a lot? He's been doing it for the last few days.
I know, like he did it in the hand with Kenny Hallaert on the first day of the fight.
Yeah.
Like it's just like mid hand, the biggest stage in poker, and this guy is like just acting like a complete.
He's having fun.
I say this in a totally endearing way, acting like a fool, but in a really good, fun way.
It was very entertaining. It wasn't like at all insulting. I don't think it was pure entertainment factor.
So like he pumped up the crowd, and they start yelling, and like you can barely hear him say 30 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wasnock snap jams. Grinder calls it off, of course. Then it gets even crazier. As if you don't think it stops there. Grinder thinks that he needs to fade a club.
Yeah,
I think he saw the black
He saw
ace.
the ace of spades.
Yeah, from Wasnock. He thinks he needs to fade a club. So he starts yelling to his rail that he needs to fade a club. He's like, no club, no club, no club, which is not true.
That's not true.
Then he comes like back to the table, kind of, and he's like, oh, I won. He's like going like, it's over. And he's yelling to his rail that it's over. He starts putting his hands in the air, like the whole thing. And we're all like, dude.
I think there's pictures of his mom in the background going like this. I think we have pictures of him saying, no, you're wrong. That's not right.
Shulman's on the broadcast going, Mikey, wait a minute. It's everybody relax. Like at one point, I think Shulman says like, did we misread the board?
Yeah.
So there's this whole thing where he thinks he needs to fade a club, which is not true. Then he thinks he's won it, which is also not true.
Mm-hmm.
So then he comes back and like, you and I have been in poker. Like you almost feel like you've seen it where people prematurely celebrate.
Yeah.
And it just it's a disaster for them. But it's Grinder's tournament. It's
He's
Grinder's
not
tournament. So obviously, Wasnock does not fill up. It's over. Then you get his brothers hopping over the rail. You get Blesnick coming out of like the wherever the heck he was, because he did like the little pregame show. He comes rushing up on the stage. Like, you got all that sort of stuff.
It's madness.
Then they induct him into the Hall of Fame. Like 15 Hall of Fame people walk up there, and there's like, Hellmuth gets on this whole thing, which is a phrase like I've never heard before, but he starts talking about what did he say? A battlefield induction? Like, I don't even know what that means.
What that means.
I feel like he just made that up.
Yeah.
But so they snap induct him into the Hall of Fame. The whole thing was just.
I would like to know how that all played out, to be honest. Like, was that like a text chain between everyone that's still around? You know, late last night, early today, just, hey, what do you think of this idea? And then everyone just signing off on it, and they're like, yeah, let's go do it. Because
we saw a tweet from Hellmuth saying, like, you know, what did it say? It said something about like we all agree, or we're talking about it, or whatever, like me, Negreanu, etc. So
just for those at home, a little bit of, you know, behind the scenes stuff. That is not Grinder's trophy.
No, it's not. Nick Schulman's trophy.
So he has been promptly returned to him already. But yeah, it feels like it's something that happened, you know, late last night, today. Hey, if this happens, you know, he's eligible. He's 44. This will be his 8th bracelet, 4 PPC titles, main event title. What else can this guy do? And you know what I think this secretly does? And like I said, would love to find some more. You know, there's a lot of chatter about changing the way the PPC is done, right? We need more. We need to put more people in. We need to put more people in. Maybe this opens the door to changes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of me is like, obviously, it's kind of like cool, whatever. Put him in the Hall of Fame. I mean, this feat, 50K PPC and the WSOP Main Event in the same year, plus everything else that he's done in poker, of course.
Yeah.
On top of that, like, yes, the guy's a Hall of Famer. But it also, part of me is like, it took a player winning the 50K PPC and the WSOP Main Event in the same year for them to adjust the rules, even if temporarily. That's what it took. It took this monumental accomplishment for them to change the rules.
Yeah.
When we've talked at length many times about the, you know, the backlog and all this sort of stuff, and it's like, I don't know if this changes things. I also don't think that, like, they shouldn't just be like snap inducting like people for crazy reasons. Like,
I don't think
this is like a one of a kind, unique thing.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm saying, like, let's just play devil's advocate. You know, I don't know. Jeremy Osmus wins 2 bracelets next year, and then they're like, oh, okay,
that's not enough.
But that's what I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, it takes, like, Grinder was going to get in likely in the future. Like, even if he didn't win this,
I don't know.
Well,
with the current system of one person, I don't think he was at all a lock.
I mean, come on, he has to be a lock. Anyway, it was just kind of the way that it all played out.
Yeah,
this entire main event, especially these last couple days with Grinder, coupled with the fact that he won that 50K PPC earlier in the summer, the 4th time he's won it. I mean, it was kind of fitting that they just walked up on stage and gave him the damn trophy and put him into the Hall of Fame right then and there. Like, you know what? Who cares? Like, part of me says, like, the poker industry isn't like an entirely serious, buttoned up industry. I mean that like in a good way. Like, that we're allowed to do these things.
Yes.
So I think it was kind of cool that
great.
Everyone came together in basically the last 24 hours and said, you know what? F it. He's going into the Hall.
I thought it was great that, you know, not everyone's in town. Everyone's already worked their way home. You know, they're not here, they're not playing. But you had Hellmuth, you had Jen Harmon, you had Maury. You know, obviously Nick Schulman's in the booth. I saw earlier Lesra. All these.
David Oppenheim. Phil Ivey went up there.
Oh, he did.
John Hennigan went up there.
Yeah. So you had all these Hall of Famers that were here. Just like, you know what? Let's make this a really big moment. Not just one guy going up. As many of us that are here playing, or at least in the vicinity watching, come up and do this and really support Grinder and really support this, you know, as we keep touching on this pretty insane change to the current Hall of Fame, adding someone, you know, very sporadically, very randomly, but I think we'll all agree completely well deserved.
Yeah, and it just, again, it goes with the whole the chaos of the summer and the chaos of, you know, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi and everything that he achieved this summer, meaning that, like, we're gonna this is one of those things, as I said earlier, when we look back on it in, let's say, 15, 20, 25 years, whatever the heck it is, and we're going to say, remember that time when Grindr did this. Part of one of those 18 things that I say we can say about this is, remember that time they all walked up on stage and inducted him into the Hall of Fame right then and there?
Yeah.
Like, screw the voting process, screw this, screw that. He's in the Hall.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
which is just absolutely incredible. So the whole thing. I mean, I don't even I don't really have words for everything that I just witnessed. I mean, it was simply incredible. It was simply incredible, from start to finish.
That guy's pretty incredible too.
Everything's just incredible here.
So,
I mean, we're right in the middle of it all.
Yeah, but come on. You see a camera here. You see two guys talking on a microphone.
Well, I don't think you can really see the camera.
That he's half asleep. He literally walked right here. He's completely out of it.
Oh, I absolutely love it.
Wait till he picks up this table and takes it out the back. Because
what do you think about, like, where does this put Grindr in terms of like the legacy conversation or the legend conversation?
We kind of joked around about the Mount Rushmore, and I kind of gave you a little bit of grief for comparing him to Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I mean,
by the way, I plugged the prompt into ChatGPT and it told me Grindr was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
So if ChatGPT thinks it, I mean, it got to be true. But look,
by the way, this is going to be a future podcast
I know, I already
topic
thought about it. It's
because
great. It's
we're gonna be coming up on some downtime and we're gonna need some fillers.
Yeah,
and we're gonna do a whole list of like, these are the top 20 poker players and this is their wrestling comparison.
You compare it to football. You compare it to every sport, really. Look, let's be honest. Phil Hellmuth. Okay, sure. Consensus number 1. I think you got to put Phil Ivey number 2. I think you got to put Daniel Negreanu number 3, even though he has less bracelets. This 4th spot, Mizrachi's doing a lot to put his name on that. 8 WSOP bracelets, 4 PPC. Has he got a
2
player of the year?
WPT titles.
He doesn't have a player of the year, right? I don't think he won. Yeah, 2 WPT titles, and now the main event. There's not. I don't think there is a better resume, a better all-round resume in poker than that. It's going to be really hard to match, especially. We can obviously talk about the success of Doyle and Stewie Younger back in the days, but this is in also the modern time, the post moneymaker era, where the fields are bigger and the players are better. So it is incredibly hard, to really say that anyone is better than Mizrachi. Who do we have to consider? Eric Seidel, 10 WSOP bracelets, 5 or 6, PGT titles. Think he's got a Triton title. He's got other wins. So he's probably the one that can really challenge Grindr when it comes to this thing. And then I think the other one is Jason Kuhn. Now, he doesn't have the WSOP, resume. He has 2 bracelets, 2 incredibly good bracelets, right? The Heads Up Championship, and we got the 50K No Limit Hold'em High Roller this year. But what's he got? 11 Triton titles. He's won the PGT Championship. Lots of PGT titles. He's got EPT titles, high stakes cash games. One of the nicest and best ambassadors the game's got. So I think those 3 are the legitimate, who should be number 4 when you're kind of considering post moneymaker era and everything that's kind of happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say, I think collectively as an industry, I might get flamed for this, but let's not go too crazy on the GOAT conversation, only because I feel like players like Doyle Brunson, etc., they deserve their place on the Mount Rushmore.
Of course.
Right? So I'm just saying, let's just not throw Doyle off, for example, and put Grindr. No. I'm just saying, this is an incredible moment, an incredible summer for Grindr.
I'm trying to think of it more of a current.
Yeah, of course.
Not the actual lifespan of poker, because obviously, yes, I don't think we're going to be removing Doyle anytime soon. I like just what we grew up with.
I like to think of it in the sense that we're never going to see this type of accomplishment in the span of a summer at the WSOP ever again, meaning winning the 50K PPC and winning the WSOP Main Event. By far the 2 hardest tournaments to win. By far. And he won both of them in the same summer. I mean, what the hell? What the hell just happened?
Yeah.
I mean, the part of winning the 50K PPC is obviously you're playing multiple games against the toughest players in the world. But part of that is you have to be able to build up to even spend 50K to play in the damn thing. Not the barrier to entry is a bit greater than a lot of other tournaments. Okay, there's that aspect of things. Then to win the WSOP Main Event across 10 days of play. I mean, it's extremely grueling. Like, it's a minefield out there. The main event is such a different beast than everything else. Like, you're playing largely against unknown commodities, players you've never seen before. You got to figure them out on the fly. You know, you obviously have to run hot at times, yes, but you have to play as best as you can play for 10 days straight, 10 to 12 hours a day. I mean, the whole thing is just, again, if you were to like write this in a movie, I'm not sure that I would believe it. If I were to watch this movie as a poker movie, I would say, if this didn't happen in real life and I watched it as a poker movie, I'd say, yeah, but that would never happen in real life. That's what I would say.
Mhm.
And it fucking happened in real life. Like, so I don't know what to say. I mean, like, what?
This whole story arc needs to be a goddamn movie. It would be the most entertaining movie of our generation.
It really should. I mean, plus you have,
it opens with them at the Rhino.
But you also
There's a
have
monologue from Nick Schulman. It's day 7 of the main event.
Yeah, but you also have Grindr as like, he's had these crazy ups and downs through his entire career.
Yeah.
You know, like he's gone through it all. Like, he obviously was at the height of the poker boom. He was one of the biggest names in the game. He was the Grinder. Like, that's who he was. Like, that's how you knew him. You knew his face. It was plastered everywhere. Like, you know, everything about it. He was larger than life. Then, he obviously went through his problems financially and whatever, like a lot of people do. And then he storms back. And it's like, that's happened multiple times. But now to do it in the WSOP main event and win $10 million, again, what the F just happened?
I just, you know, you kind of
comprehend it.
You kind of touched on how he had those big highs and he's had the lows. I hope there's no more lows. I hope he's around. I hope he's competing. You know, we're going to touch on the PGT leaderboard a little later, but I hope he starts playing a little bigger. Play some of our events. You know, try and, you know, ride that rush. You know,
yeah, start with Powerball.
Okay.
I know you say like you don't want him to like go through those ups and downs, but that's part of the authenticity that makes him Michael the Grinder Mizrachi.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Is he is exactly who he is.
Yeah.
He is the guy who looks like a buffoon, jumping up and down, cheering mid-hand before he raises, like misreading the final hand of the WSOP main event, going out every single night and partying in the midst of this incredible run. Like, all wearing the bracelet the whole way through. He wore his 50K bracelet. Like,
I got a story about that.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like you don't see that stuff. From the big name stars, you don't see that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And he is the big name star that did the whole thing. Again, I cannot comprehend what the hell just happened.
To touch on the bracelet real quick, there was a little incident with it.
Oh, God. Of course there was an incident.
And I had to get sent off to get a little fix. It might have been production when they did the old shoot on day 5, you know, with all the smoke and stuff. One of the little clips, you know, like on the watch, what are these called? That kind of like came loose. So they had to get it like repaired. Yeah. They put the bracelet on Grindr.
The links.
The links. Yeah. And they couldn't get it off. Like it wouldn't clip up. Like it wouldn't unclip. But like in the moment while they're doing photos, so they're rushing, but like they don't. And he's just like, leave it on. We'll shoot all the photos with it. That's why he's doing all the pictures like this. I'm wondering now, is he A, still wearing it because he wants to, or B, he's still wearing it because it can't come off, or C, they figured out how to do it once the moment kind of calm down and they could take their time to unclip it, fix the link, etc.
Well, I'll tell you that and I did an interview with him, which we're going to play in 1 second. Yeah. But after the interview, he's got both bracelets on. He's got the main event. He's got main event on one, and afterwards, Gregory Shoshone from WSOP is like trying to take the main event bracelet off, and he couldn't take it off.
Okay.
So Grinder was like, "I'll just wear it." Like he's got this $250K bracelet,
That's
and
great.
they were like, "Yeah, but there's a lot of fans out there. What if you?" Grinder's like, "It's okay. I got a lot of people with me."
he gives no.
But here is the interview after Michael the Grinder Mizrachi became the world champion and won $10 million.
When did it hit you? When did you start realizing like this is really happening? It's all coming together.
To tell you the truth, day 1.
What's it going to take to close this thing out tomorrow?
An hour.
SFT, otherwise he's out in hand 1, and that'll do it.
Legendary run, Kenny.
In the embrace of the friends and family on the rail. A diamond for good measure. And a table for 4 just became a table for 2.
No ace or 9.
That's all it would take. And it's over!
Let's go!
It's unexplainable. Like, no one ever thought. I mean, I hear people, guys, this is the greatest achievement in poker history. And then you got Jared Butts, this is the biggest accomplishment in gambling. And then you got Phil Ivey saying this is the biggest accomplishment in sports. So I heard all the craziest things, so I can't believe it. It's unimaginable. Now all the 33 guys came up, said this guy deserves a Hall of Fame. So I love them all. Thank you so much. It's well deserved. I mean, I could have waited another year. It would have motivated me more, maybe hungrier to next year, but it's okay. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much. When I played the Hatikva and I had all the guys, celebrating when I won the PPC. Then I was day one beat chip leader, and I had no hands too, and I won all the money in bluffs with no cards.
It's over. We're in. It's already over, right? It's over. We won. Let's go.
Wait a minute.
It's not over, Grinder.
Mikey, wait a minute. He's got board pairs. Are we reading the board wrong? Hang on a minute.
It's over. Oh, ace or 9. Shit.
Well, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen, because after 10 days of playing, I don't know, I was blanked out. I couldn't even see it, like the cards. I was like, what? And then at first I thought he had an ace of clubs, so I thought he just had a flush draw. And then I thought he had that 9 with an ace kicker, then he's drawn dead. And then the crowd said, no, he's got top 2. I was like, oh crap, he's got 4 out, so that's not that bad. I was like, oh man, I was already celebrating, so I was never misread. That's the first time I ever misread a hand. It was the final hand of the main event. I just think I've figured out the game very well at a deeper level. Do a lot of creativity, things that no one's ever seen. I've done plays, even Mercy and Daniel were going crazy. Please tell me what you have, begging me. Mercy said, I can't sleep at night. What'd you have, please? And I told him my hand so I can go to sleep. It's just that it's all instincts and feel for the game and knowing my players' hand ranges. I think that's everything. And the aggression, know when to bluff, know when to just give up a hand, and even know when to face adversity. And that's what gets me through. Out of the 33 guys that inducted me to the Hall of Fame, I appreciate that. When I could do it with my family and friends, so that's an amazing feeling. And thank you guys, love you guys. Mama Grinder, she gets everything. Her favorite thing is she loves to play slot machines, so I'm gonna give her a lot of money to play some slots. I was at my top of my level this World Series. I mean, it takes everything out of me, and that's why every time I play the World Series, it burns me out. But I'm not burnt out. I wish it was still going.
I love it. I love everything
He's
about it.
The
fact that when I asked him, when did he realize that this is all happening? And he said day one.
And he didn't mean day one of the main event. He went day one of May 27th,
I mean,
about 50 days ago.
He's absolutely positively one of a kind. They don't make him like Grinder.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to rewatch this final table multiple times.
The 12-minute final table?
Well, part of it is yes, it was pretty short. Almost just under 4 hours
19
on the first
hands. 19 hands today, and I believe 79 total over the 2 days.
I think it was 59 on the first day.
Yeah.
So,
hand
78
60
hands.
day, yeah.
The first day of the final table took a little bit under 4 hours total. Today took about an hour, a little bit under total. So, it's easily digestible. I do often go back and watch past final tables, and I feel like this is one of those ones that I'm going to be sucked into watching a few more times. I mean, it was just, the whole thing was just wildly incredible from start to finish. So yeah, I think it's a great result. I think that this was arguably, I'm not sure how far I would go back, but I mean, just kind of looking through some of these banners here in this room. I mean, so it's often hard for me to talk about final tables and compare them to the ones that took place inside the Penn and Teller Theater, because even though you may not have gotten the biggest names or stars or storylines at those final tables, that atmosphere inside Penn and Teller Theater was absolutely electric. When the place was packed, everyone had like 50 people in their crowd, like just going nuts. Like that shit was wildly awesome. So it's hard for me to like go back there, and I'd have to think through it more.
When is the last Penn and Teller one? 2010?
That's a good question.
No, not 2010. No, Jacobson's year was Penn and Teller.
Yeah, Key Win.
McKeon's was not, right? McKeon's was. I think Jacobson's was the last.
No, because didn't Key Win beat Gordon Vio in Penn and Teller?
2008 was the first, and then 2016 was the last.
Yeah, Key Win, because I remember the Gordon Vio stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. I can just picture Key Win and Gordon Vio like in my mind on the stage.
Yeah.
And then Blumstein moved in. I remember where I was for the Blumstein when I was sitting in the Newark, New Jersey airport, and that one went to like forever in the morning. And I had like this overnight layover in the airport, and I was like, well, I'll just fire up the WSOP Main Event. Fuck it. And it was because it was on forever. So yeah. But like that atmosphere inside that theater was so cool. Was just so cool. So anyway, we're all off the map. You got any other kind of lasting thoughts here on Grinder and just keep it to the main event for right now. We'll get into the PGT stuff in a little bit.
No, it was, you know, the whole last few days was just kind of unbelievable to watch. It's like, no, there's no way. You know, goes down to 3 big ones. He's done. You know, there goes one of our big names. Nope, he's still in, chipping up. Like, the story just always seemed like we couldn't believe it, but it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, you get to the final table on day one, and, you know, we have that big ace king's hand. It's like, oh, his luck's run out. Boom, ace on the river. You know, like, it just every day.
Which he said he felt the ace on the river coming. He said, I didn't feel the 10, but I felt the ace. Of course he did.
This every day just seemed to level up, like just so much more on the line, so much more tugging at the heartstrings of you know, everyone in this room. And like I kind of touched on a bit yesterday, the poker players were behind him. You know, a lot of friends, a lot of guys that are playing all these events here in this bit where we're sitting at. We're rooting for Grinder, and it's just still hard to believe. And you know, like, we're going to be back here next year. You know, talking about the main event, talking about other events, and being like, probably still won't be able to believe that Grinder did what he did this World Series. You know,
I mean, I can already see myself back here next year, and we're gonna see his banner up on the wall, and we're gonna look at it and be like, you remember that shit? You remember how crazy that?
Yeah, this gotta be. This has to be AI generated. No way this is true. But yeah, it's gonna be. You know, his banner will be right up there where Jonathan Tamayo's is, and there's some incredible winner photos to choose from. Good luck, WSOP, picking the right photo, because you're picking a photo to immortalize the moment. And if you look at these banners, you know, they're all very similar. They're all holding the bracelet, you know, above the money. You look at Dan Wyman's where he's leaning on the money.
I like the like over the money, which Grinder has one of those.
I think that could be I think that's the photo they should use for Grinder, to be honest.
I like those photos the best. I don't like the ones that are like Johnson, Scott Blumstein, where you're just standing there like holding the cards and the bracelet. Like, I like grab that fucking money. That's yours. That is your shit. Grab it. Like, let's go.
Kind of
you just won 10 million. Grab it, pick it up, bring it home.
Similar to the Jamie Gold one, where he was leaning on the $12 million, just like all of it, like Dan Wyman. Those were they're probably the best ones out there.
Yes, of course. All right. Well, part of Michael the Grinder Mizrachi winning the $10,000 WSOP main event here in 2025 is he is the new number one on the PGT leaderboard. You put him as the new number one. You did the leaderboard calculations. You sorted them. You looked at me. You said, guess who's the new number one?
I didn't realize he was. Okay, look, we've made changes to the system because players have like kind of mentioned, hey, the winner of the main event shouldn't go to the top. I agreed. We made adjustments. But when you win the 50K PPC and the main event, it's pretty hard not to be a top. He is now the leader, 2,250 points. I spoke to Jared Belesnik. I said, hey, by the way, he's now in the championship. This is before today, you know, when there was 4 left. I said, by the way, Mizrachi's in the championship. You need to get him down the shit. He goes, he's not going to come play anything. I'm like, but he's qualified for the free roll. He needs one more cash because we need 3 cashes to qualify. And he's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get him down there for something. But now he's the top. He's ahead of Alex Foxen by 118 points. Obviously, 2 cashes. We know Alex Foxen, he's going to be firing hard for the rest of the year. He's got 17 cash. He's going to catch up. Moving down, John Wasnock, he's 7th place, 1 cash. You got Braxton Dunaway in 9th. You have Kenny Hallaert in 14th. However, the biggest mover from the main event was without doubt Adam Hendricks. 4 cashes this PGT season. He is now 6th place with 1,503 points. Guaranteed, I say that, guaranteed a seat in the PGT $1 Million Championship. Now it's more of a question of where does he want to position himself on the leaderboard coming into the $1 million free roll. And for Grinder, a lot of chatter this week about him not winning the Player of the Year, right? You know what Player of the Year title he could win? The PGT Player of the Year and the 50K bonus he gets for winning that. So, look, if Jared Blesnick or Chino, one of his close friends that plays our events, can convince Grinder, we've got a PLO series coming up. That's right up his alley. We've got a bounty series coming up. We got Poker Masters. We got all these events. Come down, get that cash, make a run at, locking up your own PGT Player of the Year award.
I mean, at this rate, I just expect him to win PGT Player of the Year.
Yeah. He'll play one event, win that.
Yeah,
that's all he needs. Yeah.
The whole thing is just absolutely, positively crazy. All right, I do want to mention one thing, but we're not going to really talk about it. I just want to mention it, and that is that we have some breaking news.
Breaking news
is that Aussie Millions is returning.
I know. I just read it.
So we just got that. We'll talk about it a little bit more on a future pod. But somebody dropped it into a chat with me. It's made it into our little WSOP chat. So Aussie Millions returning. Stay tuned for more on that. Tim and I will digest this a little bit more.
We'll be down there doing daily pods from maybe, the Crown Casino.
Hey, if they'll have us back at Crown, I am fucking in. Okay, I am
daily
in.
Pods from the Crown Melbourne.
I am in. If I can go to that food court, meet my guy who always remembered me every single time.
There's no chance he remembers you now. It's been like 5 years.
He always remembered me. Always remembered me.
You're dreaming, buddy.
I'll go there. I'll order my fruit bowl, maybe my little quiche.
Little double espresso, maybe.
Yeah. What is it? What do I usually get? Do I flat white? No, long black.
Long black. You're a long black kind of guy.
I got a long black all the time. Go to that little sushi joint has the little the single rolls. That place was elite too. The whole.
I'm sending him an email right now.
All right, so we'll talk about that at a future date. Obviously, we want to have some more details come out, but it sounds like Aussie Million's back. It's gonna be back, baby. And you got anything else for me
on the main event?
No,
I kind of want to talk a little bit about some other events first.
Okay. Oh,
because it is.
I forgot.
It is the last day, but there is a plethora of stuff going on.
So the fans know, I think we'll do a podcast tomorrow.
I'm going to Denver tomorrow.
Shit. All right. Well, when can you do a podcast?
I'm back on Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday.
That's way too long.
You could do a solo.
Maybe I'll do a solo pod just because there's a couple. I mean, they just moved this 5K into this room. We still got the 25K horse happening over there.
Player of the year,
the closer,
we got a lot of
super
things.
turbo. So there's still stuff happening.
Yeah.
But on that quickly, I am pro having other events run during the main event. I obviously think that it's a smart decision revenue wise.
Yeah.
I also like giving everyone that's here more stuff to play. But I do think that the last day, the final card dealt should be the final hand of the main event.
Yeah.
And then we should be finito. See you later.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think should happen. So, this stuff, because I mean, also like we all kind of go home, like everyone's kind of like, all right, it's done, but it's not done.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tricky. So anyway, continue.
Let's go real quick. We got the 25K horse high roller over there. That's down to 5 players playing for 883K. Toby Lewis, runner up in the Torse event, looking for a little bit of vengeance here. Brian Rass, Nacho Rivera.
Well, they only needed to switch the first game.
Yeah, Chad Hughes, Ryan Miller. Brian Rass also has a bracelet going for a second bracelet for the summer. The 3K PLO was won by Dan Zach. That happened late last night.
Crushed it.
Yep, Dan Zach, another bracelet there. He defeated Zach Swartz, a PGT PLO series winner. So Dan Zach, congratulations on another bracelet. The 1500 closer, that's down to 18 players playing for 648K. Donnie will recap that. They just moved the table in here. This is the 5K no limit hold'em. And the number one PokerGO podcast fan, David ODB Baker, is the chip leader, going for his second bracelet of the summer, 9.4 million. He's got a massive, shout out massive.
He does have a massive
over
chip
Patty Lyons, world famous Pat Lyons, who's in second, Brandon Wilson, Andrew Osibachenko, Sam Laskowitz, and Brian Altman amongst the final.
I feel like we haven't
9.
seen Sam Laskowitz much of him this summer. Obviously, he has a new baby, but really haven't seen him doing anything on the felt. So good for him to close the series strong.
And event 100, the final event of the World Series, 1,935 players in the 1K Turbo. It's down to 111 players. That's going to wrap up. That'll probably finish before all these, actually. But Brent Schaffer, he's the current chip leader. First prize is 237K. So obviously a few more events happening. We have a player of the year that needs to be confirmed, although the front runner came and gave me the middle finger and said, fuck you, I won.
I know who that is.
I'm like, it ain't finished yet, buddy. Grinder's going to register the 1K. He's like, no, the registration's already closed. So
Maybe
maybe
he dropped a stack. No, just kidding.
I said he dropped a stack. He goes, no, he didn't. I checked. I was like, what do you mean you checked? So we'll kind of touch a bit more on that gentleman and if he, being potentially winning player of the year.
All righty. Well, that's going to do it for us. Our final podcast from here inside the Horseshoe. It was a pleasure to be bringing this to you every single damn day. 51 days in a row, I believe, is what we ended up doing. We did video. We achieved what we set out to do. Met a lot of good listeners.
Yeah,
wait, hold on. One more thing. You got hats.
Guys,
you got hats.
The hats we're wearing. There's 25 left. We want you to email us. What's our email again?
Podcast at PokerGO.com.
The first 25 people that send us an email with their address, we will send you a hat. Unfortunately, US only. So if you're from Australia, bad luck. If you're from Zimbabwe, bad luck. If you're from Poland, bad luck. US only. 25 hats left. First 25 that email us, we'll get one of those. It'll probably take a week before we send them out. But yeah, thank you for all the support this summer. It's been fun. It's been fun meeting all of you, fun giving out hats and finding you out in the field, hearing your stories about, the bad beats and the luck of the hat and all that stuff. So we appreciate every one of you guys and look forward to doing this a bit more for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we'll move back to our more regular cadence of once a week, same channel, same podcast catchers, all that sort of stuff. But so don't expect the daily stuff. Maybe we'll come a little bit more frequently, depending on what's happening in the poker world. But, for right now, we're really going to just try and move back to once a week. Talk about the news, talk about the PGT, all of that sort of good stuff. Anything else for me, buddy?
Yeah, I got one more thing.
What?
You guys can see the set, right? Beautiful set.
Oh, God.
But we're throwing it out. Well, not the expensive stuff, like the LED.
Not the I would hope not the expensive
LED
stuff.
panels we're keeping. Some of this other stuff, it's a little junky. And I've been given clearance. Clearance to hit something.
Oh, my God.
We're going to end the World Series with a bang. Literally a bang.
Literally a bang.
So I've been given the okay. There's a TV over there that's going in the dumpster. It's 7 years old.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to put this sledge. First of all, they said this is a sledgehammer. I was expecting something a lot bigger.
Not really.
27 ounces?
That's a hammer.
Yeah, it's a hammer. So we're going to go put a little hole in a TV to end this podcast on a bang. He's going to bring the camera. I'm going to put these Meta glasses on from our photographer. See if I can record some behind the scenes thing. We'll see how it is because I can record video on this. So,
all right.
This is how we are going to end the podcast. Thanks for all listening, guys. And let's close this out.
He's Tim Duckworth. I'm Donnie Peters. And I guess you're going to go smash something.
I think so.
Let's
do it.
Let's go.
Okay.